Hello and welcome to Coping with Donald. I'm Phil. It is March 24th, 2026. And I think pretty much in the media they're covering number one, the whole airport situation with the 4 hour lines and things like that, putting ice in the airports. I don't understand why they just don't pay ICE less temporarily and use that saved money to pay the TSA agents. But anyway, they're putting the ICE agents in the airport. I don't I bet you they haven't gotten any training on how to pass people through the machines, etc. Or maybe they're just there to give problems to people who don't want to wait for 4 hours. I'm sure the media has also been covering a lot how Donald Trump is now either just lying or Iran is lying. And it's pretty sad to say that I actually believe Iran more than I would believe Donald Trump. Iran's never lied to me. Trump does it every time he talks. But it's either he's lying or Iran is lying, or he had a conversation with someone, but he thought he had somebody else on the other end of the phone. As one commentator pointed out, he says, "Oh yeah, we're making great progress with their leaders," and then the next sentence he'll say, "Of course, all their leaders are dead. So who are you making progress with?" Okay, anyway, that's the third point. The fourth point is he's totally imagining these conversations. He totally is imagining that he's having these conversations. I got off the phone with so and so last night. Maybe he had it in a dream. I don't know. But I'm going to talk instead about Bibi Netanyahu, something I saw the other day which was very disturbing. In this entire Iran thing, the only person who's walking around with a big smile on his face is Bibi Netanyahu. This is something he's wanted forever, to get the world to join him and fight Iran so that he can basically have power over the Middle East. Not necessarily expand Israel, but to influence what all the other countries do. Bibi, I hate to call this a commercial, but it was sort of like taped like a commercial. Anyway, he is really trying to convince Europe to join in the fight against Iran. The fight against Iran. He wants Europe to join. Okay? And he made three arguments in this commercial, which we're going to strike him out as a baseball umpire. He said that, first he said, and this is like a veiled threat on behalf of somebody else. Okay? He said, their missiles are capable of reaching Milan, Italy, and Germany, and France. So are yours. So are yours. Strike one. Strike two is that he implies that, well, Iran, they'll strike you at any time because, they're so dangerous. Iran hasn't fired missiles into Germany, to my knowledge, at any time, nor France, nor Italy. So that whole thing about Israel saying, well, we've never done that to you, well, neither is Iran. Strike two. And strike three, after this stupidity and his actually coming out and sort of like saying, don't you want to be a part of this great victory? What? Strike three is he filmed outside of a bombed civilian area where one of the Iran bombs hit its target and destroyed a civilian building. And he said, they're now firing on our civilians. Says the man who's responsible for at least 20,000 deaths of children in Gaza. as he leveled it. BB, you are a wanker, as they say in English in England. Shut up, you wanker. It's also said now that BB is, or Israel is, basically the biggest obstacle to obtaining a truce or a ceasefire. BB may be able to get around this by convincing our old, addled mind, dottery, failing health president, who's a lunatic and always has been, to do what he wants. But I appeal, please, European leaders, listen to your own citizens who don't want this. Don't listen to Bibi Netanyahu. By the way, you might still be able to get a lot of oil before the United States does by not joining in on this. Bibi didn't mention that. Oh, man. And to the people I admire, Europeans, people I genuinely admire for their desire to make the conditions of working class and middle class Europeans better and to have a better society. How do you feel being told by Bibi Netanyahu, who thinks you are dumber than Americans, that you're dumber than these people without their teeth who talk in drawls, sorry, but they do, who dropped out of high school, who just complain about things all the time? How do you feel being considered less educated than them, that BB thinks that he can wrap all of you around his finger? I find that really insulting for you guys. Write to your own leaders before they listen to somebody on the far right and maybe get involved in this. Do not let your countries get involved in this. This has been Coping with Donald. Have a good day.